Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. Alright, today we are going to do our next main quest, which if we look at our journal, we're going to do the Urn of Sacred Ashes. This will be the quest that lets us complete the Isle of Redcliffe. So we're going to do this one today. Paragon of a Kind is going to be the last one we complete. So for now, let us head through here. I'm going to take Sten, I think. Wynne, of course, and Zebran. Tossing up between Sten and Alistair. We'll do this for now. I might change it out later. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so for this particular one, Haven, Village of Haven. If this is not on your map, that means you haven't explored Genetivi's house in Denerim. We have, so we've got the Village of Haven on our map, so let's head there. Okay, here we are. Part of the reason I want Sten is I think he has a unique interaction coming up.
What are you doing in Haven? There's nothing for you here.
I have business here.
No, you do not. I would have been informed if someone was expecting a visitor.
I would like to explore Haven for a while.
We do not appreciate lowlanders looking about our home as though it was some sort of zoo.
Is there a brother Genetivi?
Who? Perhaps revered Father Eirik will know of whom you speak. Unfortunately, he's ministering to the villagers at the moment and cannot be disturbed. I suggest you seek your brother elsewhere.
Why do you have a revered father? Priests are women.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition.
That woman comment, by the way, is because the Chantry only has females as revered mothers. Are your traditions very different from ours?
Our ways are not the ways of the lowland cities.
Have you heard of the
The
Urn?
Urn is nothing but a legend.
Brother Genetivi's research suggests it may be more.
I do not know who Brother Genetivi is or what he says. However, I'm sure people can convince themselves of anything.
Very well, excuse
You
me.
may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
I suggest we tread carefully here. Something is amiss.
Quiet, insular communities. There's always something nasty going on behind closed doors.
You always think there's something nasty going on behind closed doors.
That's because there often is. I hope it involves chains. I hope they ask me to join in.
Alrighty.
Interesting strategy. Tell me, do you intend to keep going north until it becomes south and attack the Archdemon from the rear?
Yeah, so Sten disapproves of coming here because he doesn't believe there is any point to it. You've got a couple of ways to deal with this. What are you talking about?
The Archdemon is our goal, and we are heading away from it to find the charred remnants of a dead woman. I will not simply follow in your shadow as you run from battle.
You can persuade or intimidate him. Your other option is actually to fight him, and this will be a one-on-one fight with Sten. Your other companions don't join in, and after the battle he will respect your strength and rejoin your party, deciding that you know best. I'm going to see if I can intimidate.
For now.
Okay, that worked. He did disapprove, probably because I intimidated him, but that's fine. Not too worried about that. If you've got Wynne in your party, don't go in here right away. There are a couple of ways to turn all the villagers hostile. As you can tell from the guard, they're not particularly happy we're here in the first place. Entering that building with Wynne, I believe, is one of the ways. So I want to explore the town a little bit before I turn them hostile, so we'll ignore that for now.
Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Who are you? You shouldn't be here.
Who are you?
I asked you first.
That's true. I'm Melody.
Lowlanders don't belong here.
Okay.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Swade, I bet you're a clever boy. What do you know about Haven?
Haven is Haven. But I have a secret. Do you want to see?
Yes, show me. The boy pulls something from his pocket and shows it to you. A finger bone, bleached white by the sun and polished through constant handling. Yep, kinda creepy actually. Where did you get that?
Over by the mountain. It's lucky. I keep it with me. Don't tell anyone, alright?
Yeah, okay, creepy is what it is, not lucky, but fine, we'll let him keep his bone, I guess. Over here, there is a book. Death of a Templar. The dry, dusty earth swallows up salty drops that splatter its surface. A tiny insect pauses, sensing the vibrations, and scurries off, leaving behind its invisible enemy. As the drops fall, the dark circles merge together, expressing a mirror to their creator. The primal emotions of bloodlust and sorrow blend into the lethal cocktail that breaks the strongest of men. The jurisdiction of strength must be left to the spirit, not arm nor chest. Only the wisest turn to his inner sanctuary to petition the mind from an all-consuming madness. Seductive voices whispering promise of glory, weighting down the weaker path of the flesh, bringing a death far worse than that of hot lead or steel. These blank, hollow promises will echo the unfathomable eternity. Living comfortably amongst material possessions, it is easy to misunderstand the true meaning of uncontrollable hate. Failing to understand the power of fighting against pure, unfaltering beliefs, against foes that listen only to their soul, uncontrollable hate, influenced and thus removed from innocence, the scars permanent and internal. The rain, now red, feeds the debt owed for actions past, seeking further into the earth as the mind draws slower. What was it that drew himself, to this situation? The mind ebbs and parts to a lingering memory of true innocence. He entered war as a newborn enters the world, unknowing of both the horrors and light of the Maker that will save him. The sound of metal sliding along leather comes from above him. From the second he was born to his soon-to-be dying breath, his mind was possessing and analysing knowledge and experiences. It is true that he thought he could be wise in his own eyes, but only the most humble recognises that he knows very little. Bias, speculation, and all of false pretences make way to the sound of the sweeping steel, and then finally his soul, as ready as his eyes dry from his final understanding, enters his promise of its purest form. From Death of a Templar, by Sir Andrew, Knight of Andraste, Templar Archivist, 9-4 Dragon. It's a little bit of a confusing book, but whatever. I'm guessing the knight died, but that's just my interpretation. Alrighty, let's keep going. Don't really need the death fruits. Yeah, so the village will turn hostile if you do several actions. One of them is entering that bottom house with Wynne, which we'll do later. The main reason not to turn them hostile right away is if you want to check out their shop. So let's do that. I can't remember if this is the shop, but we'll go inside regardless. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yes, this is the shop. Alrighty, so let's talk to the shopkeep.
Who are you? You're not from Haven.
This is the shop. I'd like to trade.
I don't have much, but I suppose you can take a look.
Okay, let's check. Health potions, always good. The other thing I really want to grab is Lurium potions. Running low on both. Aside from that, he doesn't have a whole lot that's super good. Just some basic weapons. And I mean, this is Dragskin, so it is good quality, like tier 7. But I'm not going to bother grabbing it. Okay. That's all the shop has. So that was kind of the only reason not to do them hostile. There's no other benefit to keeping them accepting of your presence. This here does have a really good bow. Mage's Eye. As well as the Antivan leather boots and the locket. So I'll take those. Now those boots are actually a gift for Zevran. The locket's for Morrigan, so we'll do that later, but we can do the boots right now. Oh, newest at the top.
That smell. This is Antivan leather, isn't it? I would know that anywhere. I don't know how you knew I was missing my homeland, but this does the trick nicely. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Now, if only you could find me a prostitute or two, a bowl of fish chowder, and a corrupt politician, I'd really feel like I was home. And they fit as well. Marvelous.
There we go. Plus 13, actually get quite a lot for that. Did he immediately equip them? Because I don't think they're very good as items. Yes, he did. Oh, they're actually not bad. They're tier 6. And give him some spell resistance. I actually don't hate that. What was he wearing? Yeah, they're actually better than what he was wearing, so that's fine. He can keep wearing them. Now, entering that back room, is going to cause everyone to turn hostile, so I'm going to leave that for now. Let's head out here. There's another book. The Avars. Driven across the Frostbacks in ancient times, the Alamari tribesmen split into 3 groups. One settled the Ferelden Valley, one was pushed into the Korcari Wilds, and the last returned to the mountains. Modern Fereldans bear little resemblance to their Alamari ancestors, and the Chastened remember few of their traditions, but the Avars have changed little throughout the ages. Like the Chastened, the Avars are not a united people. Each tribe fends for itself and is beholden only to its Thane. They still follow their own gods, Kort the Mountain Father, Hakon Winter's Breath, the Lady of the Skies, as well as dozens of animal gods never named to outsiders. Nothing lasts in the mountains. Wind and rain eventually eat away the strongest holds. Valleys that were arable one generation are locked in year-round ice the next. Game is constantly on the move. Even among themselves, the Avars make no absolute promises. They wed by a tradition in which the groom struggles to untie a tightly knotted rope while the bride sings a hymn to one of the gods. However many knots he is undone by the time her song ends is the number of years she will spend with him. Lowlanders often forget that there is no such thing as a permanent alliance in the Frostbacks. From Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Interesting look into the Avars. Okay. There's a sack here. Let's head up the path. It is unavoidable to do this quest and not eventually turn the village hostile. So there are a couple of ways to do that. The main ones we've already kind of seen, or I've mentioned them as we pass. But the last way is to enter the Chantry here, so let's do that.
Singing from the Chantry. The entire town from the sounds of it.
Yeah, let's do that and go inside.
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her... I understand that you are new here, but common courtesy dictates that one shouldn't interrupt. No matter. We were just about done here anyway.
But your reverence, we have not completed the sacraments of the Holy Mother or sung the invocation.
Be calm, Nodda. We have an honored guest. Surely the sacraments can wait.
How nightmarish to live in such a rural village. The only entertainment being priests who go on about the chant of this and that. Just once I'd like to walk into one of these places and discover a lively dance or a drinking festival or an orgy. But alas, no.
That is all for today, my children. I shall see you tomorrow. For now, I should see to our visitor.
There was no need to end the sermon.
It is better this way. Many of the villagers are uncomfortable in the presence of strangers.
Yeah, so any of these options, I don't believe lead to good outcomes, so let's just ask about Genitivi.
We find outsiders disruptive. They bring others, and before long, Haven is changed. We will go to any lengths to prevent that. You understand a man's need to protect his family, don't you? Brothers, you know what must be done.
Yeah, okay. So they turn hostile, whatever you ask. So let us start with Wynne, actually. Cool, and I could do Glyph of Repulsion, don't really want to, so we'll just do this, that's fine. Awesome. Yeah, you do want to loot his body to get the cultist medallion. And now that you've killed Father Eirik, the entire village is going to be hostile. So that's the other way to make everyone hostile to you. Alright, let's explore this room a little bit. There is the obvious false wall over there. We'll deal with that in a second. Let's go into the back room. And there is this inscribed chest. In here, silver bar, Ring of Faith. Ring of Faith is okay, but that silver bar is a gift for Zevran. Another gift for Zevran. So we may as well use that.
You have excellent
Plus
taste.
6. There we go. Leather boots. Don't think there's anything else in here, so let's investigate this. So there is Brother Genitivi. I am just checking in case there's any loot.
Direct me.
A rune stone, that's fine. Okay, let's talk to the good brother.
Who are you? They've sent you to finish it.
Brother Genitivi?
You're not one of them, thank the Maker.
Are you alright?
What do you think? Weeks of scant food and water, the torture. Oh, I've never felt better.
Really?
No. I apologize. I shouldn't be rude, you're here to help. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
Wynne, can you help?
I can set the leg and ease some of the pain, but he'll need a lot of rest in order to heal.
I don't have time to rest now, I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain.
I need to find the ashes. Al-Eamon gets sicker by the day.
The Arl is sick. Will he live?
The Arl was poisoned under Loghain's orders.
Politics never did anyone any good. The Arl is a noble soul, but the ashes will surely cure him. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Iric wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it.
This medallion?
Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside and I will show you.
In a while, I want to make sure it's safe outside.
That's wise. There are many more villagers than the ones you've already dealt with.
Okay, codex updated. That's probably Genitivi's codex, if I had to guess. Yep, Brother Genitivi. And he appears to have been right. The final resting place of Andraste lay at the summit of a remote mountain. It's all good. Okay, he can take you to the mountaintop immediately, but before we do, I want to explore that village a little more.
Enemies approaching.
Oh, let us just swap to one.
This should be enough.
That's annoying. That's fine, we'll just do that. Cool. Yeah, see, firstly, you've got a lot of villagers to fight, but secondly, those areas that I didn't go into before, we do want to actually check them out. There's some interesting stuff in them. So let's keep going. The cultists are not super strong, but you do still want to be a little careful with them.
Is it just me, or do you think you're Let's get started.
Okay, so here's the shop. We purposely didn't explore his back room. The shopkeeper has now gone, now that the villagers are hostile. So we can come in here, and the reason you didn't want us to explore is quite obvious. There is a corpse. The armor and clothing left on this dismembered man indicates he was one of Al-Eamon's knights. So someone actually did find Haven, but the villagers killed him. Let's open the chest. Scale boots, it's fine.
Your command?
probably actually should have sold stuff to that shopkeeper while he was around, but that's okay.
All set.
Alrighty, so that's all that was in the back room here. The last thing to check out is that house that was at the south of the village. I'm pretty sure there might be another house I didn't explore, but we'll see.
This should be easy enough.
Let's get started. Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
Oh, and we'll take out that archer as well. And they've dealt with the other one. Sweet. Okay, let's go inside this house.
Bellissimo.
Yep, so this is one of the correspondence interruptus letters, so definitely want to grab that.
Yes.
And
Good to see you.
there we go. This alters the reason you didn't want to come in here. If Wynne is with you, it will turn the villagers hostile. If she's not in your party, you actually don't have to worry about this, but...
I wonder. The crows often made sacrifices of blood, and it gave them uncanny abilities.
This village is not quite what it seems, is it?
There we go. Okay, with that done, I think we are ready to continue on. I don't think there's anything else in this village worth grabbing, if I remember correctly. Oh, there's a chest down here though. Might as well do that. Okay, with the village done, I'm just going to head back up to the Chantry. It's a little bit of a walk, so I'll just see you there. Always worth keeping an eye out for codex entries. Don't see any though. Okay, that's fine. Thought there might be another one around. I know we grabbed a couple when we were first in here, but that's alright. So in here we'll talk to Genitivi again.
I see you're back. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down.
You can make it Genitivi return to Denerim instead, but there's not really any point in doing it. So we'll just do it this way. Unlock the ruined temple. Okay.
Here we are. Give me the medallion, and let's see if I remember. Yes, you see, it can be manipulated, just like this. And there. A key to open the way.
Now what?
Now, where does this go? Give to have seen this hall in all its splendor, as it was meant to be. Still, sweep away the ice and the snow, and traces of beauty remain.
You need to stay alert now, brother.
I'm sorry, what? I was a little distracted, I apologize. These carvings were created just after Andraste's death, and they may reveal things about her life that we do not yet know. I think I need more time to study these statues and carvings.
I can't wait for you.
I could not keep up with you with my injuries. I should be safe. I don't think there are any villagers here. Go. I will be all right. Perhaps my destiny was only to lead you to the Anne.
Thank you. You've been a great help.
It's my job. Just be careful, that's all I ask. The temple is perilous. I'll be right here if you need me. Now I need
so Genitivi just stays here if you take him with you.
By the shifting skies of the Fade, this is magnificent.
Okay. Yep, so in this side path there is an adventurer you want to loot, so come here and do that.
Let's get started.
Sealed letter. That's for the Unbound Codex entry. There are a couple of these, we've already got one. So here's the second one. You are, so I'm telling, don't go. The stories talk of the riches, but never the names, never where they supposedly spent their wealth. I heard the same tales as Aladdin Denerim, felt the same pull, but it's a lie, son. They may paint a trail, but once you're on it, does it lead to the beast or back to you? Unsigned letter, father to son. We got another one of these in the Brazilian forest, and I believe collecting all of them leads to a quest, so it is worth grabbing them. Here are some cultists. Okay, cabinets. As Taper, you're going to need this later on for this particular quest, so you actually do need to explore here to find that. Discovering Dragon's Blood, potions, tinctures, and spicy sauces. That is a book, and I believe that's a gift for Wynne, actually, so we'll just give that straight to her. Since she's in our party, may as well use the inventory space.
Oh,
there you go,
marvelous.
+6. Okay, cool. That's it for this room, so let's keep going. There's another side passage over here. Let's see if we can do that without triggering the enemies up the stairs. Yeah, sweet. I don't remember if there's anything useful down this particular side passage, but we may as well check it out. There's a locked door. And there's a door here too.
Books. Oh, I would love to spend a day here.
Yeah, lots of books. So let's check these ancient texts for
started.
a scroll of Banastor. And there's a chest.
This won't take long.
Fancy vase. Cool, that's alright.
What shall I do?
And there's a scroll pile as well, actually a book there too. So the scroll pile gives you the ancient encrypted scrolls, which gives you a quest for Forgotten Verses. Deal with that later. And there's a book here for the Codex entry Old Gods. Dumat, the Dragon of Silence. Zazikal, the Dragon of Chaos. Toth, the Dragon of Fire. And Doril, the Dragon of Slaves. Urthemiel, the Dragon of Beauty. Razakale, the Dragon of Mystery. Lusakan, the Dragon of Night. There were 7 old gods, great winged dragons, that were said to rule over the ancient world. The Chantry maintains that they are responsible for the original sin, that they turned humanity away from its true creator through deceit. Humanity's faith faltered, and thus the Maker turned away from the world, but not before trapping the old gods in eternal prisons beneath the earth as punishment. Scholars assume that the old gods must indeed have been real at one point, but most agree that they were likely actual dragons, ancient high dragons of a magnitude not known today, and impressive enough to frighten ancient people into worshipping them. Some even claim that these dragons slumber as a form of hibernation, not as a result of the Maker's wrath. Regardless of the truth, legend maintains that even from their underground prisons, the old gods were able to whisper into the minds of men. The Archon Thalsian, first of the Magisters, who claimed to have contacted the old god Dumat, used the blood magic Dumat taught to him to attain incredible power in Tevinter and declare himself the ruler of an empire. In return, he established the first temples worshipping the old gods, and the dragons became equated everywhere with imperial power. To date, 4 of the old gods are said to have risen as corrupted archdemons. Dumat, the first and most powerful, was slain at the Battle of Silent Fields. Zazikal fell at the Battle of Starkhaven. Toth died at the Battle of Hunter Fell, and Andoril was felled by Garahel, the legendary Grey Warden, at the Battle of Aisley. The archdemons have been identified only after years of argument among scholars, and to this day it is unclear whether the archdemons were truly old gods and not simply dragons. All that is known is that the Darkspawn hunt for them deep underground. If they are truly the old gods, as many scholars believe, then we have only 3 blights remaining. When all the old gods have risen and been slain, however, what will happen? Will the blights end forever, and humanity earn forgiveness from the Maker at last? We shall see. From the Old Gods Rise Again by Sister Mary, Chantry Scholar 850 Blessed. Yeah, this is quite an interesting aspect of the Blythe, is that these dragons, whether they're old gods or not, are being awakened, and there is a limited number of them. So in theory there is a limited number of blights, but no one is quite sure what happens once all the dragons are dead. Let's have a look at the notes. That's just the update for that Codex entry, that's fine. And quest related, we got the Scrolls of Banastor, we upgraded this as well. It's all good. Okay, let's keep going. Actually, let's check out that Scrolls of Banastor quest for a sec. So there are 5 scrolls. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's interesting. I thought I would have 5 by now, so I must have missed one elsewhere. We'll have to find it. But that's okay. We'll do that later. For now, let's see if we can get to this room. I'm guessing that requires a key. Or something. So let's continue. Okay. Who have we got here? Just basic enemies, that's fine. We'll use this then. Sweet.
Let's get started.
There is some more enemies to deal with though.
Let's get started.
That seems to be everyone.
As you wish.
Alright, so there's a 3-way intersection here. The path north is blocked because that door cannot be unlocked. These two paths do lead to the same area, but they do have different loot on them. So let's head east first, actually. We'll go this way. Heading this way is completely optional. If you're just going to pick one, go west, there's better loot on it. This way is a dead end. So I'm actually wrong, they don't lead to the same place. But it is a fallen knight on it that you can loot for his armor, the armor of diligence. There we go, take that. Okay, with that done, let's head back and go the other way. Don't know why, I thought they both met up, but doesn't matter. We'll head this way, and there's some enemies to fight, including a Bronto. Probably the first time you're fighting this enemy. There you go, shattered. Easily dealt with.
This should be easy. That's fighting, we're dying, Black.
And he's dealt with. We would have gotten a codex entry from the Bronto, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. We're only missing 2 creature codexes now. Bronto. There's only 2 things a noble will step aside for: paragons and angry Brontos. Dwarven saying. This hulking beast was originally bred by the Dwarven Shaperate as a beast of burden and food source, the rough equivalent to surface oxen and cows. Some versions of Brontos have even been developed as Dwarven mounts, valued far more for their sure-footedness and stamina than for their speed. While present within Orzammar in large numbers, some Brontos still exist in packs within the Deep Roads, having returned to a wild state after the fall of the Dwarven kingdoms. They require remarkably little sustenance, consuming organic material from water, fungus and even rocks, hence the rock liquor appellation used by many dwarves to describe Bronto, and exist in primarily dormant states until provoked. An angry charging Bronto is considered to be a rather dangerous opponent. Yeah, so normally you'd counter them in the Deep Roads, which is why this is the first one we're encountering, because we haven't been to the Deep Roads yet. We will, but not right now. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, a couple of enemies here. We will just crush and imprison him. And you can Glyph of Repulsion. That guy, I guess. Okay, kind of froze my fighters there. That wasn't the best idea, but that's okay. Oh, I think Wynn actually set off a mass paralysis because I just used Glyph of Propulsion. And as we know, a Glyph of Paralysis cancels that out and causes a lot of damage, but that's okay. It is still a really cool spell combination. I like to see it. Okay.
As you wished.
Loot these. There's a couple hidden under the snow here. They've kind of glitched through, but that's okay.
This should be easy enough.
Do come in here and... Ah, okay, there's a second scroll of Banastor. So this is the last scroll of Banastor. Kind of glad I didn't miss one earlier then. You'll see, not only did we update the codex, we also updated our quests, because that was the last one. Awesome. The helm, we'll take it. Wooden crate, we will take that. I am going to run out of inventory before we exit this area though, which is really unfortunate. I should have cleared it when I had the chance, but that's okay. I didn't, so now we deal with it. Where do we go? This one here is a dead end, so let's do this first. What did you cast on me? Just vulnerability hex, that's fine. I'm always worried it's the mortality curse. Cool, with that dealt with, let's deal with the other mage. Okay, you are being super annoying right now. At least one healed me. And to be fair, the cultists, a lot of them don't have weapons, so they don't do a lot of damage. Okay. Nothing in there. Severin, where are you, my friends? Okay, open the chest. I am liking that Severin now reliably opens things. It was super annoying when he couldn't. But all he needed was a few levels. There you are. Oh, okay. There's a lot more in this room. Fine. Mind Blast kind of stuns everyone, and then Crushing Prism is off cooldown, so I'll use that. And I'm guessing there's a mage somewhere. Yep, Cultist Mage. Oh, and he's dead. Haven't said in a while, I'm really enjoying playing a mage with a lot of spells I never used to use playing this game. It's kind of a fun new way to play the game for me. Book, The Sermons of Divine Renata. Let's have a look. The weakness of mortal will is the great failing of all the Maker's children. We trade our honour as if it were the cheapest of currency. We do not understand what integrity is or what it is truly worth. From this ignorance, original sin was born. At some time, each of us has thought, what does it matter if I keep hold of my integrity? I am but one mortal. I am powerless. How blind we all are. The virtue of a single slave destroyed the Tevinter Imperium. The dishonour of one man drove the Maker from our sight. I tell you truly, nothing but the integrity of our hearts will win the love of the Maker back to us. It is all the power we shall ever possess to change this world for good or for ill. So, from a sermon on integrity. Cool. Okay, Dusty Scrolls. Have a look at there. We get the Chase and Sackmead. That is a gift for a companion we don't have right now. So we will have to use that later. Just check. I came down here, didn't I? Okay, we're ready to continue on then.
As you wish.
Southeast Chamber Key. As well as the Black Pearl, you actually do need this for a quest. Or actually, not for a quest, you need it to progress in this area. So make sure you grab that as well. But now that we have the key, we can actually return back. There's some new enemies, so let's get down here. Here we go. Any mages? Yes. Deal with you with Crushing Prism is fine. Cool, that's all I had to do there. I'm really liking this group. They seem to work really well together. Zevran and Sten, I'll admit, are not companions I often use, so it's kind of cool to use them for a change. But as you see, I'm not losing any companions anymore. And it's also helped, I think, that I've taken away my sword and shield and given my major staff again. Okay, now I think this key actually opens the locked door we saw down here, so let's head this way. Yep, it does.
As you wish.
And there's the main hall key that you need to progress further. As well as a couple of locked chests.
Always ready.
Heavy plate armor. And what's in here? The apprentice cowl. Okay, nothing particularly great, but that's alright. We'll keep going. Right, so the key we just found opens this door here. Okay, what do we have? We have some ash wraiths, and what I did notice was this is a mage, so let us Crushing Prism him, and then we can deal with the ash wraiths. Cool. Done. Cool. Nice and easy battle there. Just check if there's anything up here. I don't really think there is. You'll notice the brazier in the middle there. We will look into that in a second. Alright, so with the brazier, let's inspect it. We got a codex, the Holy Brazier, and we lit it. Now, you can only light it if you picked up the taper and the black pearl from earlier. I grabbed both, so we got the codex entry. Let's have a look. The Holy Brazier. The brazier that stands atop the stairs in the Great Hall of our temple has always been something of a mystery to us. This is the brazier that created the beings we call the Ash Wraiths. This is where Andraste's followers immolated themselves and became the external guardians of her temple. I have painstakingly pieced together information from old books and from tales and half-truths passed down to us from our forefathers. I believe I now understand the ritual used to create the wraiths. The brazier was lit with a consecrated taper, its flame taken from the everlasting fire that long ago consumed Andraste herself. The chosen disciple would fast and pray for weeks, taking into his body nothing but sips of water a day. When the disciple was finally ready, he would place in his mouth a flawless black pearl and step into the flames. In ancient Tevinter, black pearls was thought to be magical, able to stop the soul from passing through the veil when held in the mouth at the moment of death. Thus Andraste's disciples consigned themselves to the eternal flame. They became dust and ashes, and rose again and again to protect the most beloved of the Maker, from the Journal of Father Colgrim. So there we go, codex entry about the brazier. Right, let's keep going. More fighting through here, I think. As well as I noticed ballista. Is there a mage though? They all seem to be archers. Okay, that's fine. Let us Crushing Prism 1 take it out of fight immediately. Why is the others in holding position? That's just annoying. Can happen sometimes if you accidentally press H on the keyboard. I don't think I have, so it's a bit strange it's happening though. There's lots of traps in here too, so something else to be aware of. And there we go, Archer's dead. So let's use Zevran and disarm some of these traps. Okay, that seems to be everything.
Yes? Right.
Blow spa. It's going to be one of the first things I drop once I run out of room. Okay. That seems to be everything, so let's keep going. Okay, slightly stronger ash ray. Got the achievement Insidious, I'll have to see what that does. I actually think that might be what I was aiming for by getting Wynne to use all her glyphs. I'm not going to change her tactics though, because the glyph of paralysis is really useful. Okay, that mage is about to cause an issue. Yeah, thought so. And she's dead. Okay, and with that the cultists are down. So let's loot the iron chest. Ancient elven gloves. Cool. Take those. Can't take them. Right. I was expecting this at some point. Let's start destroying stuff. Okay. Okay, mage, we know what to do with that. The Prussian prisoner. Ash Wraith. Awesome, level up for me. Let's loot the mage.
Let's get started.
And check out the level. So we are level 16. What do we want? Grab another point of constitution, and then I might just grab 2 points in willpower actually. Okay, down here I am getting the misdirection hex because I am aiming for this death hex here. Okay, these paths, by the way, these ones do actually lead to the same location. Doesn't matter which one you take. You can explore both if you want the loot. The chests here just have enemies in them. I don't think they actually have any loot though. But if you want the experience, you can. Yeah. Let's see if this one... This one actually does have loot, so... I don't want to use that, let's destroy it. And that. Pretty cool. Another Ash Wraith, I think. Oh, 2 of them actually. Okay. Oh, 3 of them. Okay. That's that one down. Let's crush and prison this one. Okay, cool. I mean, those fights are completely optional, but they do give good experience at least. That's the exit up there. I might just go get the experience from the other path as well. There's no reason not to, so I will be back in a second. Another mage to deal with. Unfortunately, I don't have a crushing prison, so we'll freeze him. Hopefully. I'd rather he didn't get a blizzard off, but I think I'm too late. Yeah, I am. Okay. Sweet, Ash Wraith is down. Bars has a sword. Probably don't need it, but I'm kind of used to just taking everything. I do not need those acid flasks. Oh, there is a tripwire I just triggered. Okay. Took one there.
This should be easy enough.
Sweet, and Zevran got a level up. Awesome. Let's check out Zev's level up. So here we will keep increasing his cunning for now. I should point out he does need more dexterity to get dual weapon mastery, but he's actually a long way off that anyway. The other thing you can get with Zevran is his assassin skills, and the assassin skills, assassin is probably my favorite rogue specialization, and they are really good. So exploit weakness here, for example, is just a passive. That means when he backstabs, he gets additional damage. So yeah, they are really good if you want to spec into those instead. I might actually get Whirlwind. Yeah, that's kind of a good when you're surrounded by enemies sort of attack, and for that I'm going to go into his tactics and do the smart thing and condition enemy, or actually it might be self. Surrounded by enemies, surrounded by at least 3 enemies, we will use the ability Whirlwind. Thank you, save that. Okay, there we go. And with that, we are entering the Wormling lair. And as you might expect, there are dragons in here. Not sure where that experience I just got came from, but that's okay, we'll keep going. And there's the other exit if I'd gone through there instead, so let's head this way. There's a cultist overseer. I don't really want him messing me up, so Crushing Prison works well. Cool, kept him out of the fight while I took out his minions, and now he shouldn't be too hard to deal with. There we go, done. Now I do realise I actually forgot to check out that achievement I got before. I think I know what it was for, but let's check it out. Insidious for setting 25 traps. Yeah, so that is why I've been getting Wynne to use her glyphs, just to get that achievement. Okay, let's keep going. Cultist Overseer. You got anything on you? No. You know what? I guess we'll take it. I'm not going to use that. Right. There are 2 mages here, I think. Yep, one on that side, one on that side. So I'm actually going to kind of cold freeze this one, and then we will deal with the other one while that one is frozen. There we go. Easy. Okay.
Let's get started.
I do have Crushing Prison available, so we'll use it. Fire Crystal, don't need it. We'll just skip it at this point.
Let's get started.
Watch out, trap there.
There is a trap, and in fact, we have been surrounded. So here's some dragonlings. If you haven't fought these before, you will get the codex for them. We fought one, I believe it was in the Mage's Tower, actually. Oh, and they're this way as well. Sorry, Zevran, didn't mean to freeze you there. Okay, let's deal with these traps. Oh, turns out there was another Dragon Link. That's fine. Sten dealt with it. They don't seem to have dropped any loot. That's okay. Let's keep going. Nope, autosave there. Okay, my quick save was useless. That's fine. As you've no doubt noticed, I am in the habit of quick saving a lot anyway. Coldest Mage, I'm not going to deal with him. Crushing Prism. There you go, simple. More Dragonlings, which is kind of annoying, but they're relatively easy Dragonlings. Who's bad? You are. Sweet, nice kills, everyone.
Right.
Rock solve, don't need it. There are more enemies, there are. Unfortunately, I've triggered them, so let's just go see what they want. Coldest Mage, really don't like you. Okay. That's perfect. Don't need that. Okay, Master Paralyzed Room and the Heavy Helm. I actually do want these, so let's get rid of some other stuff. Destroy you. Destroy you. Take those. Okay. Don't really need that, that's fine.
Trap there.
Ooh. Thanks for pointing it out, Zev.
Trap there. As you like.
There is a book over there, which I'm assuming is a codex entry of some kind.
This should be easy enough.
The Frostback Mountains. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth the Mountain Father kept his throne at the peak of Belinus, the mountain that lies at the centre of the world, from which he could see all corners of the earth and sky. As he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love, Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask, buried it in the earth, and raised around it the fiercest mountains the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the Mountain Father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost flavour, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valour. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant. But with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched. But Sparrow and Raven, Vulture and Eagle, Swift and Albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the Ptarmigan spoke up and offered to find the God Chief's heart. The other birds laughed, for the ptarmigan is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles, but the ptarmigan set out anyway. The little bird travelled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the gods' terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry, so she rolled it, little by little, out of the valley and down a cliff. And when the golden cast struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full, almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest and he was whole again. Then Hakon Winter's Breath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice so it could never again escape. And all the remaining gods named the Ptarmigan honoured above even the loftiest eagles. The Ptarmigan, an Avar tale from Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Alright, interesting bit of lore there. There seems to be some dragon eggs here. It's okay. Alright, what do we got? A mage. Take that out of the fight immediately, thank you.
Right.
Right, that's another mage, I think. Yeah. Misdirection Hex is super annoying, but he's dead, so that's fine. Okay. Actually, now I think about it, Misdirection Hex only works on archers, not on mages, because my attacks hit always. And Misdirection Hex just makes attacks more likely to miss. But anyway.
Come now, defend yourself.
Okay, that was a little bit of a fight. Nothing too serious though. I do need the Lurian potion. Let me check our map. I think I want to go this way. As you can see, the path does diverge. I'm pretty sure this way leads to a dead end, so I want to check this out first. Yeah, it does. Now here we have drakes, so we've been fighting dragonlings. Drakes are kind of the next step up, they're quite a bit stronger. So do be a little bit careful in this fight, but we should be okay, as long as I don't freeze those guys. Cool, let's do this. I froze then. It's not the end of the world though. I should actually use Crushing Prison if I'm thinking about it. Okay, well, he unfrosted, but that's alright. Defrosted. Unfrosted is not a word.
This should be easier.
Okay, now do make sure you loot these drakes, because they have drake scales on them. I, of course, don't have any inventory space, but let us destroy them, and we'll have a little bit.
This should be easy enough.
Okay, so that gives you the quest for drake scale armor. Which we will do in good time.
Right.
Okay, got that, and if we loot this, I believe there is a stone warrior statuette. That's a gift for Alistair. Don't have him in the party, so we'll give it to him later. I don't need that, I'm not going to use it. In fact, I'll just destroy these now. I'm never going to use these, so that's fine. Take that. Okay. That seems to be everything in here. At the very least, you do want to go in there to get the scales from the drakes. Which we did get a new quest for. Is it Denerim? Yeah, drake scale quest. Drake scale armor. Find a use for the drake scales. Mage, we know what to do with her. Crushing Prison, and she's dead. And she will be. There's an assassin though. A couple of them even.
It is done.
Okay. They're done with. I'm kind of glowing red because one of the assassins used the mark of the assassin on me. Which is Sorry, the Mark of Death, which is this skill here that Zevran also has, which basically reveals their weaknesses. All attacks against a marked target deal additional damage. Quite a good skill, actually. I should probably get Zevran to use it at some point, but that's fine. Don't really need it. Let's see what the side passage holds. Hopefully this is not the way to the end, because I don't want to go to the end yet. Actually, I think it might be, so let's keep going through this other path. We'll see. We do want to explore both these paths, so if this takes us to the end, then that's fine. Okay, there's some Reavers. Has he got spell shield up? Yep, he's got spell immunity. Alright, I'm going to ignore him for now then. Okay, he has spell immunity, so I'm not really going to be able to do anything to him until that wears off. So I'm pretty sure that makes him immune to my normal attack as well. Fortunately, my Sten is doing good damage though, so that's fine. He's dead. Alrighty, we'll reload that. It's the first time I've died in a while though. First time in this episode, I think. Does mean I'm going to have to do this big fight again though. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do with this fight is run into here, but Sten, just get him to attack the Cultist Overseer. Since me and Wynne can't do anything to him, may as well get Sten to do it. Just get rid of him off the bat, please. There's the Drake. Let's freeze him if I can. Thank you. Oh, Wynne is dead. That is actually super unfortunate because Wynne is my kind of go-to person to revive people. Speaking of reviving, you can heal. I am running out of lyrium. Okay. Ooh. That Drake does a lot of damage. Okay. New strategy. When it appears, focus on the Drake, please. You know, I think doing this is still worth. Wait, he doesn't have spell shield up. Okay, let us use Crushing Prison on him then. Never mind. He's got it up. Okay. Sten, please deal with him.
I go.
Watch out.
Ah, there's the Drake. Okay. So, I'm going to use Crushing Prison on it. And that worked. Awesome. Oh, there's another one. No wonder these things were killing me. Okay. What I actually might do, I haven't used Virulent Bomb in a while. Maybe I should use it again? I guess. Oh, for crying out loud, these Drakes are strong. Okay, I think I'm making a critical mistake here, and that is sending Sten away at the start of the battle. He's going to be the one who can deal with these Drakes the best. The Cult Overseer can wait, to be quite honest. Now that I know these Drakes appear from behind... Okay, this is much better. It seems like the Drakes only appear when you go further into the chamber. So, deal with those cultists, and then go a little further, and I think the Drakes will appear. Yep, there's the Dragonling, there's the Drake. Okay, easy. So, Crushing Prison that one, please. Deal with this. Cool, and we can freeze this one. That stun is super annoying. That Drake's almost dead though. Maybe Wind can kill it? Ah, it is dead. Awesome. Okay, with the Drakes dead, I think I stand much better chance against doing anything here. Although I still can't attack the Overseer. So Sten, I kind of need you to step up there, mate. Okay. That is everyone except the Overseer. Perfect, and he's dead. Right, well that battle was harder than any I've had in a while. That was quite tough. And it was mainly because those Drakes do a heck of a lot of damage. Now Spellweaver here, this is a unique longsword. Let's take that. And a Drake Scale from one of the Drakes. There's the other Drake, take that. Oh, actually, let's look at Spellweaver, because it does have an interesting property. Let's look at it. Spellweaver, it's clearly a sword. Oh no, that's the Source Sword. Where's Spellweaver gone? I know I picked it up. There it is. As you can see, restriction Arcane Warrior. So Melody can actually use it, but it is restricted to only an Arcane Warrior, which means only a mage and only one with the Arcane Warrior specialization. So if my main character was an Arcane Warrior, the only way to use this would be to give Morrigan or Wynne Arcane Warrior as the secondary specialization, because neither of them start with it. It is pretty good though. Spell resistance plus magic plus mana regen in combat and plus electricity damage. Kind of gone away from swords because I don't have the right stats for them, but if I was using swords, that would certainly be a good one to use. Alright, just wanted to kind of show that off. Let's head this way. Another mage and another Drake. Kind of not sure who to deal with here first actually. Let's Crushing Prism that. Yeah, that works. And then I can deal with the mage. Okay, he's down. As is the mage, I think, so that's fine. Sweet. So with this Drake, it is important to note that you should have 6 Drake scales. That will become relevant later, but for now just make sure you've got 6 of them. Okay, book the First Blight, chapter 3. Have we got the previous chapters? Yes, we do. The world during the First Blight was different from the world we know today. Aside from the civilized rule of the Imperium, humans as a race were largely barbarous and splintered, divided into clans and tribes and squabbling among ourselves for resources. At the same time, deep beneath Thedas' great mountain ranges spanned a dwarven culture as organised and advanced as ours was primitive. As the Darkspawn bubbled up to the surface from their underground lairs, mankind first buckled and then fought back. The armies of Tevinter attempted to face down the multitudes of twisted creatures and the horrid rotting of the land around them, but they could not be everywhere at once. Human history remembers the First Blight as a time of terrible devastation, and those stories are accurate, but in our arrogance we often forgot the price paid by the dwarves in their isolated mountain kingdoms. The dwarves faced far greater hordes than humanity as the Darkspawn challenged them for control of the underground. Despite the might and technology of the dwarves brought to bear, the savage Darkspawn tore through them, first destroying the more remote Taiks before swallowing up entire kingdoms. Think of it, an entire civilization lost in the space of decades. Compared to the near genocide that the dwarves faced, what we humans call the First Blight must have seemed a mere skirmish. Against the Darkspawn, the dwarven lands have always borne the brunt of the fighting and the majority of sacrifices. 4 dwarven kingdoms finally managed to combine their might and fight back, and that cooperation saved them. But for the rest of their lands it was too late. The Darkspawn had taken the deep roads, the majestic underground passages that linked the dwarven lands throughout Thedas. The Darkspawn could now attack anywhere on the surface through these tunnels. Humanity simply was not prepared for such an onslaught. It was clear that the warfare we knew would not avail us. We had to find a new way to fight. Thus came our salvation. The Grey Wardens were born. From Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. And we've got an update to creatures because we fought a dragon. Female dragons take much longer to mature than their male counterparts. They too undergo metamorphosis of sorts at adulthood. But while males lose the use of their forepaws, females actually grow a third set of limbs specifically to serve as wings. Young females travel great distances looking for suitable nesting site. Because of their nomadic habits, these are the dragons most frequently encountered by man. Okay, that is interesting. Let's inspect the dragon egg.
As you wish.
Now this has the amulet Life Drinker, which can only be used by a blood mage. And again, like with Spellweaver, none of your starting companions are a blood mage, so you need to spec one of them into blood mage to be able to use it. Plus 4 spell power is not bad though. So let's take those. Inventory full. Of course it is. Super annoying. Alright, destroy that. And Life Drinker also has a codex entry associated with it. No one knows for certain where this amulet came from. All we have is a legend. Long before the Golden City turned black, there lived in the Tevinter Imperium a frail old magician in the court of the Archon. He was the least among the mages of the court, the Lamplighter, whose task it was to set all the thousands of candles alight and snuff them again when the Archon retired for the evening. He was counted as useless by all the most influential magisters, but he was only biding his time. One day, when all the magisters of the Imperium were assembled in the Grand Hall of the Archon, the Lamplighter struck. He conjured a massive firestorm in the hall, trying to assassinate all who were assembled and seize power for himself. The court was made up of the most powerful mages of the Imperium, and they worked quickly to destroy the would-be usurper, but found, to their astonishment, their magic was no match for the old mage. Every spell they cast was counted, and the magisters began to fall, one by one, until only the Archon himself and the Lamplighter were left, locked in the battle of magic and will. The Archon saw that each spell he cast, the Lamplighter himself seemed to wither and fade a little more, so he bombarded the mage with spell after spell, until at last nothing was left of the palace but rubble, nothing left of the court but corpses, and nothing left of the Lamplighter but a golden pendant. This the Archon kept to remind himself of that treachery could come from even the most innocuous sources. Interesting origin to the amulet. Cool. Let's check out the mage. Don't really need that. And with this, we are done in the hatchery, so let us get out of here. And in fact, this episode is becoming quite long, so I think I'll end it here. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.